mainly because I have zero interest in this game.
Right.
But on the other half, I think something's wrong with the Seattle's offense. To me, is just they need to figure out something, and I think a lot of it is that people really are. People want to throw what's wrong, Russell Wilson, and this and that. I'll tell you what's wrong, Russell Wilson. Not having it's life without beast mode.
It is.
I think is what's settling in Seattle. Thomas Rawls is not Marshawn Lynch. I think that for some reason people thought that last year, but the painful reality is no, he's not. He is not Marshawn Lynch, and that's a big problem. That man was the heart, soul, and everything of that offense. And without him, they're not the same unit.
Don't forget, Russell Okung has moved on to Denver. Big offensive tackle who moved men in front of him. You lose these big offensive cornerstones, and shit changes in your running game especially. That's where the Chiefs need to change first. Russell Wilson has been hit. He has been hurt. He's not as mobile in the pocket. Sadly, it's his back foot. I think that's creating some issues with a lot of his downfield throws, too. You can't step. You can't push off. It hurts.
I don't like anything about this game. I'm not interested at all. But I'm seeing 11 points given to the San Francisco 49ers. Until Seattle shows me, I could very much see Seattle just a defensive effort, maybe even shutting this team out at home, winning like along the lines of, 20-0 or something along. But with 11 points, and I'm not sure about Seattle's offense, you're going to give me 11 points. It's a pro football team, I guess. And Chip Kelly does look like the Niners do look a little bit better.
Well.
They have played well.
I'll spoil it for you now. I'm taking the Niners plus the points. You're going to give me 9.5 points in a division game.
See, give me. That's a lot of points. Give me them. Take that.
Yeah, it's a division game. Seattle has struggled. They've lost by 6 in a division game last week. That might have been a fumble and a touchdown in either direction there. But you can't handicap turnovers. And if the Seattle defense can get to Blaine Gabbert and Russell something up, maybe they win this game. Maybe they do blow them out. I don't think so. I'm not even going to be surprised if the San Francisco 49ers win this game on the road.
See, that would surprise me. I would not pick them to win this game outright, but with all those points, I would take it.
Seattle can't score. They can't find the end zone. They don't look good.
They can't score, but I don't see nothing in San Fran that's going to tell me they're going to be able to score against the Seahawks. I think they'll win a boring game. I think Seattle could win a defensive-oriented, boring football game, and that's part of the reason I have no interest in it.
I got you. So you're taking the Niners and the points as well. We're moving right on. Moving right along. Let's move to a good one here, dude. I think this might be your better one of the better 1 o'clock games. Denver travels to Cincinnati.
Game of the afternoon, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot. We'll get into this next one, but the Giants in Washington. The whole storyline of Beckham versus Norman. We'll get into that. I'm gonna go with the Bungles.
Are you?
I'm gonna take the Bungles at home again this game. I think Cincinnati's a good football. I think they're a good football team, and I actually hope Cincinnati shows up and does well and beats the Broncos here because it makes my Jets look better. So I'm a little biased, but
sure.
I will say, Trevor Siemian, you're playing against. This is a very good defense. You're going on the road. It's a long road trip. Cincinnati's a tough place to play. Bengals are a very good team at home. I'm rolling Cincy. I'm gonna take them. I will go with Danny Bonaduce and the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's rifle. Well, let me ask you this then: how many times did the New York Jets sack the Cincinnati Bengals? And they ate Andy Dalton's lunch. How many sacks? Was it 7?
7 or 8. And I tell you what, that's a tremendous point actually, because the Jets. Although I can make a strong argument that the Jets have the best defensive line in football. Not just me being a biased fan. With Wilkerson, Richardson, those boys. Yeah.
I'm getting there. I know the Jets have a tremendous front four, but Denver can rush the passer. Now, keep this in mind.
Very true.
Blair is out, and he is a big part of that pass rush. DeMarcus.
Yeah, but I think Shane Ray fills in quite nice. So
he does, but the experience of DeMarcus Ware is just, it's too much. He's a Hall of Famer, and that just makes such a big difference. And Von Miller feeds off that. But I think that Denver does get to Cincinnati. I think they're going to get to Andy Dalton a few times today. There might be some issues up front. Bengals played in slop last week in Pittsburgh, and that's why they didn't score points. But this is 2 weeks in a row where they've had an opponent that can push back. I think that I don't know that Denver goes in there and wins this game. This might be the game Denver loses, but I'm going to take the Broncos plus the 3.5. I would even consider teasing the Denver Broncos up to plus 9.5 in some capacity here, because that's a lot of points for returning Super Bowl champions. That's a lot of points to give Denver 9.5. So that's something to consider. I'm taking Denver in the 3.5.
Not, hey, I don't hate you. I don't hate you for that. I'm actually. I don't like. I've always been under the impersonation that people who make decisions with their heart instead of their eyes and their mind are typically unsuccessful people. But this one, I'm going against that statement because my heart wants the Cincinnati Bengals to win because it's a better look for my Jets if they can beat the Denver Broncos at home. It's a better look.
Well, let's jump into the next one, another division rivalry game. We'll quicken this guy up here. Washington Redskins playing the New York Giants. I don't really want anything to do with this game. This is one of these. This is just, it could go in so many different directions here. Division game.
See, I have the Redskins getting 6 points though in a division game where I don't see much. I know the Redskins haven't looked good, but I don't know how good. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I don't know how. How should I say the Giants? I mean, I don't know what to think of the Giants just yet. I don't know how good this team is.
They haven't beaten anybody.
And I know Washington's look bad, and that's probably what they're on the road. They're in the Meadowlands. I think this is a game. I think this is a game the Redskins could possibly pull out.
Yeah,
I do. Kirk Cousins, dude, you got to play better. I mean, you're betting on yourself.
But Cousins is a guy who last year was very streaky. He was garbage,
you got to play better.
Garbage, and then great for a week or for 5 games, and then just he's a hit or miss player. He's going to hit stride.
He did something that I've never seen done. I did watch that game when they played against the Cowboys, and I have to say, Kirk, you did something I never thought could ever possibly be done on a football field, and that's overthrow Deshaun Jackson by 10 yards. You pulled it off. I don't know how you did it.
He did, but he'll settle in. I don't know. I don't want to touch this game at all. I just don't like it. I wouldn't play it, but for the sake of our picks, I don't even like this side of it. I don't like it at all. I would take the Giants and lay in the 3, thinking they could win this one 21-16, 21-17, somewhere in there. But I think the Giants just have a little more talent on offense. Victor Cruz certainly helps. He is about ready to become the Victor Cruz of old. I really do think so. He's still a young man, and he looks healthy. So I'm going to take the Giants. Shoot me your pick there, and we'll move on to some good games.
Tell you what, I'm looking forward. I'm going to take the Redskins. I'm going to take the Redskins with points. I think this will be the game where I think they're due to win this one. And if they lose this game, then Kirk Cousins, you're Daniel Snyder. You just sip your gin and tonic and think back like, well, I know some money I'll save this off season.
Yeah, that's true. It's early though. It's early, and that division could very well. Well, if the Giants go 3-0, they've got a nice jump in the division. Here's a game that actually could be interesting. This might be the welcome to the NFL for Carson Wentz. Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Defense has played a lot better in Pittsburgh than I thought it was going to. They look sharp. Again, Mud Bowl last week. The rain certainly slows things down sometimes, but Philadelphia is kind of impressive. I know that they've beaten nobodies. I know. Before I get all bonered up,
you touched on it right there. I will say, Carson Wentz, so far so good. You've passed every test. Yeah. You play who's in front of you. That's fine. But what a way to start off a rookie campaign to play the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears in your first 2 starts. Talk about building confidence against shitty teams. But this is a whole different animal. This is a team that I think actually has the opportunity, if there's anybody, to beat this New England Patriots team. This is the team right here, and I think the Steelers are going to come out and they're going to welcome Carson Palmer to the NFL, and they're going to bring the youngster back to earth a little bit in this one.
Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is kind of. I don't know if you'll remember this, but this is a Mike Tyson.
Did I say Carson Palmer?
You did.
Okay.
This is a Mike Tyson's Punch-Out reference. Carson Wentz's first 2 games were kind of like Glass Joe and Von Kaiser. They were 2 guys.
Yep, and then all of a sudden, Piston Honda gets a little better.
Yeah, now all of a sudden it's Piston Honda time. Good, I'm glad you remember.
Of course I do. Instant classic.
Pittsburgh looks to be quite a bit better than Piston Honda. But we'll see. Philadelphia, 3.5-point dog at home. It's so easy to just go ahead and take the Steelers, lay in the 3.5 and move on. And I do think that they're the better team, the much better team. Rookie quarterback, rookie head coach, essentially. I'm going to take the Steelers and lay the points, although I won't be surprised if Philadelphia could cover this. If it was real money, I wouldn't play it.
No, I'm all over the Steelers in this one. Like we said, better team. I know the game's in Philly, and all that comes with that, but doesn't matter. I love the Steelers offense. Yeah. I think it's pretty simple to me. I think the Steelers win this game, and I think they do so comfortably.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. Fantasy implications. D'Angelo Williams is just a tremendous running back. He is great all around. You start D'Angelo.
That offensive line is. I mean, yes, I agree with you. D'Angelo Williams can play, but that offensive line is very good.
Yeah,
that
they're
they have
great
in Pittsburgh.
Team. They got weapons all over the place, and having a great receiver and a very good receiver with a.
I mean, yes, I'm going to agree with you. D'Angelo Williams is a player. The guy can definitely show up. But here's the thing: it's a scary thought that D'Angelo Williams is having this success behind this offensive line. What's a healthy Le'Veon Bell going to do? That's a scary thought.
I drafted him and Brady in the same two leagues, so I have him on the same team in 2 leagues. So I can't wait to find out what Le'Veon Bell is going to do. But I'm just trying to get to 2-2 by week 5 and bust this kid in and get loose.
Unless he gets caught with a pound of weed in his trunk before he's due to come back.
Don't you say it?
which could happen. I'm sorry.
I can handle it. You're jinxing me. All right, let's move on to your boys. Why don't we? New York Jets handle out that big old noisemaker in Kansas City. That is the loudest stadium in the NFL. It's a monstrosity. The fans, the ketchup heads in red, the Kansas City Chiefs fans get riled up and crazy. Tough place to play. However, this Houston Texans team that just got bitch slapped, winning their last week and beat the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City.
It's almost like you can never go on those patterns because the NFL's weird like that. It's almost detrimental that you to start following those patterns because things are to be unexplained.
They had
good.
Kansas City. I thought Kansas City was a good team. They are not.
They're not as good as I thought they were, but
week to week, everything's different. You're right.
This is also my Jets they're playing, and I almost feel like. I know you're going to put me on the spot. I know I have to make a pick for just for the whole purpose of it, but I hate to do this, but I'm going to roll. Damn it! Fuck! I'm going to roll with my boys this week. I'm going to roll with the Jets. I'm not impressed so far what I've seen from Kansas City, and I know I've rooted for this Jekyll and Hyde green machine that is the Jets. 1 week they look like they can win the Super Bowl. The next week they look like they're the worst team in football. I get this, and I know this is part of being a Jets fan, but all right, I'm going to do it. I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking the Jets, especially getting the points on the road. I think they're going to win this game. Now they're not.
Being a homer in this scenario, I like the Jets getting points here. I think that Fitzpatrick is a pretty damn good player, actually. I think that offense. Your boy Quincy Enunwa. Is that say that name for me?
Quincy Enunwa. Yes, sir.
Quincy Enunwa. I know that some of our faithful listeners out there shot me a message that they picked him up this week.
Great PPR pickup.
I think he pays off. I think that Fitzpatrick has a lot of faith in him. He got the ball to him. He caught everything that was thrown his way. 6 targets, 6 catches the other night on Thursday night. Good football player, maybe. Who knows? A big, strong kid. I like the Jets here too. I think that Kansas City might have got embarrassed at home last week, especially after seeing what New England did to Houston. But I'm going to.
It's beyond the fact losing to a Texans team on the road. But let's not forget they did not look good at all in their Week 1 win. I know they won the game. They came back, but San Diego, what I thought was a really good Chiefs defense, San Diego really went up and down the field on them.
They blazed them pretty well. Yeah, we're going to both take the Jets, so that one's an agreeable one. While we're at it, why don't we go ahead and jump into Tennessee? The Oakland Raiders travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Raiders won this game last year on a last-minute touchdown to Seth Roberts in the back of the end zone. It was really a nice win for the Raiders last year. Today, I have them as a 1.5-point road favorite. I'm not a fan of betting on the Oakland Raiders. I haven't been in a long, long time.
Mm-hmm. I know. I understand.
Laying 1.5 points, you're saying they should win this game 16-14 because I don't know that this 47 number is that much. I don't know. That's it. It seems a little high, but let's say that this is a 24-20 Raider win tomorrow. I'm going to take the Raiders laying the 1.5 because I'm a homer.
Hey man, I just did it. I can't knock on you for that, but. This is a tough one. This is a tough one to peg right here. The Raiders historically, as you well know, are not a team that travels well. they play. They're a different team at home than they are on the road.
I mean, what matters to me is